And there's breaking news coming in. Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani, who is on a day-long visit to India, is meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the national capital today. Regional security, trade and India's development work in Afghanistan are among the issues that are expected to be discussed during Ghani's visit. This is a day-long visit. India and Afghanistan recently had agreed to enhance cooperation under the new development partnership. India had also announced taking up 116 high-impact community developmental projects in the war-torn country. And Ghani's visit comes days after Indian Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale visited Kabul and held talks with Deputy Foreign Minister Hekmat Khalil Karzai. And to bring us more news details on this news story, I am joined in by our principal correspondent Siddhant Sibal, who joins me live from New Delhi. Let's quickly go across to Siddhant. Siddhant, a very good afternoon to you. What can we expect from as far as the outcomes are concerned to emerge as far as the meeting goes between President Ghani and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Well, a lot of things will be on table. The meeting began just 2 minutes ago. They are meeting at the Hyderabad house. Today is just a one-day visit. It's a working visit by the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani. It's his second working visit to India. He came to India last year also on just one day, single day working visit. On the table will be the big issue of regional security, under which comes the issue of counter-terror. Remember, both New Delhi and Kabul have been saying that it's Pakistan-based terror outfits that have been causing and destabilizing the region. Remember that just yesterday only India's permanent representative to United Nations had said that the Ghazni attack was planned by the non-state actors, by safe havens in Pakistan. And today also India slammed Pakistan in the United Nations Human Rights Council. But other than that, the issue of talks with Taliban will also figure out. Remember, the Americans are also trying to talk to Taliban. Other than that, it will be development partnership, as you already mentioned, that India is providing a lot of development, and this development is in 31 provinces of Afghanistan. The Shatur Dam in Kabul city will provide clean water to the people of Kabul. And then, of course, there's connectivity plan. The biggest, of course, is the Chabar one, which is in Iran, the Chabar port that connects India with Afghanistan. Remember, Pakistan has been blocking the land route between India and Afghanistan. And to make sure that India still is connected to Afghanistan, there is an air corridor that was expanded last year to Mumbai also. Already it started between New Delhi and Kabul, and this Chabar is something that was discussed during last week's trilateral between India, Afghanistan and Iran in Kabul, when India's foreign secretary had went to Afghanistan and briefed his counterparts on what transpired during the 2+2 dialogue which took place here in New Delhi in the first week of this month, in which India had told the American counterparts on how Chabar is important for the entire regional connectivity. And lastly, the most important thing will be the new government in Pakistan. That, of course, will be discussed by both Kabul and New Delhi. Remember, last week only the foreign minister of Pakistan was in Kabul.
Right. Siddhant, the US is in talks with the Taliban. Russia has begun a process and Kabul is making efforts to bring the Taliban to the table. What should India's position be, given that traditionally India has opposed being part of talks with the Taliban?
Well, India's position will remain that with Taliban, India would not like to have any contact. India, of course, has been saying that it believes in an Afghan-led process and an Afghan government-led process when it comes to reconciliation process in Afghanistan. Other than that, when it comes to Taliban, India is wary because India knows what Taliban is all about. We remember the past history between Taliban and India. The famous one, of course, the hijacking of IC-814 in 1999 when the plane was taken to Kandahar. So India will remain away from that. But other than that, when it comes to development process in Afghanistan, India is trying to help. And Afghans have been saying that the closest partners they have is not the Americans but the Indians.
Right.
And there have been a number of high-level visits between India and Afghanistan. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi went twice to Afghanistan, which is, of course, unprecedented.
All right. Siddhant, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Qureshi was also in Kabul and met President Ghani over the weekend. Is there any indication that the new government in Pakistan might, spell a sort of shift in relationship when it comes to Afghanistan and, of course, India's relationship with Afghanistan?
Well, in his victory speech, Imran Khan had spoken about Afghanistan first and, of course, India last. But on Afghanistan, he said that Afghans are our brothers and with them they would like a relationship, a brotherly relationship, and talked about the cultural and the traditional ties. But Afghans are wary about dealing with Pakistan. We know the Ghazni attack took place, and the Afghan top brass had said that the reason of that attack was Pakistan, and there have been a number of terror attacks in Afghanistan and Kabul itself, all linked to safe havens in Pakistan. So Afghans are wary of Pakistan. They are not very keen to engage with Pakistan, but because Afghanistan is a landlocked country, so somewhere Afghanistan usually has no option and it's left with Islamabad. But that is changing soon because of Chabar and India's connectivity projects with Afghanistan.
Right. Thank you so much, Siddhant, for bringing us all those details. As rightly mentioned by you, let's hope that Delhi can step up given the recent challenges in Afghanistan after the siege of Ghazni. That was our principal correspondent, Siddhant Sibbal, bringing us all the live details from New Delhi.